Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 30 of All the Mods 3 Expert Mode. Thank you for those of you who have told me that the ritual I was looking for last episode is the ritual of culling. That will basically, it functions a lot like the one that damages mobs and puts blood into your blood altar, but it just straight up kills them if they do not have a potion effect. And these blazes that I have, I'm not 100% sure if they have potion effects or not. They're like dark in color, right? Because they're spawned by the Disturb spawner, which, I don't know, we'll try it. But to do the ritual, I need 36 total runes, so let's craft them. They're typically, well, no, not blade runes. We need ritual stones. All right, so we need one master and 36 ritual stones. So reinforced slates. All right, I gotta craft some of those. One more slate and we'll be done. There it is. So one master ritual stone, 36 ritual stones, which is what that says. This ritual has to be placed either, well, it doesn't have, there's no specific place it has to be placed, but it's designed to be placed either directly above or below the altar. So in this case, I'll put it above. And then it searches in the nearby area for mobs to kill. So first of all, I have to rip up this entire thing I built because the ritual is going to take up this place. Yeah, just mine it up. Aha. Next, you want to place the Master Ritual Stone directly above the altar, centered above it, and then I put it 3 blocks up. I'm not sure the exact shape of this ritual, so I guess we'll see. When you mouse over it, you get to see. That doesn't interfere with anything, does it? I guess I have to get rid of this window, but shape looks good to me. And then just right-click it, and it'll automatically place and then color the runes appropriately. This actually looks like it's the exact same shape as the Well of Suffering. All right. So then, I guess we can also center our mob spawner, which apparently wasn't centered before. But to turn this ritual on, we need an activation crystal. So the weak one will suffice. A lava crystal. All right. Let's make one of those. I'm glad we left some blood in the altar after I tore that down, otherwise I'd have to revert to poking myself again. Anyways, the ritual also takes somewhere around 50,000 LP to begin, so I hope I have that in my network. I do not. Well, we're going to try it anyways. Maybe it takes less. And go. And go. Yeah, so it says not enough LP in our life network. Maybe there's enough in here to get to 50? How much is in there? 18. Huh. Alright, I guess we're poking ourselves. There we go, up to 50-ish thousand LP in our network. I don't know why it went down. What's using our LP slowly? I'm not actually sure. Anyways, to begin this ritual, I left my blade active. That's what it is. There we go, figured it out. Alright. Anyways, to begin the ritual, you right-click it with the activation stone, and the ritual's running. It doesn't look any different, but if you look at it used to say in the tooltip anyways. I guess that's the difference between Wayla and the one probe. But now if we put any mobs here, I suspect they will die. So, always on. Speed upgrades. And when they die, their life essence should be added automatically to our altar. Come on, blazes. Take your time. I guess I'm not 100% sure if these blazes that spawned have buffs or not. Alright. Apparently they're taking their sweet time. Apparently Disturb spawners have a light level limitation that I just didn't know about. So I built the cage around it. It's actually dark in there. It looks light to us because we have night vision. But now the mobs are spawning and almost immediately they're just dying. And we are getting life essence in our blood altar. It's reasonably quick. In fact, let me take this out, and I guess we can see how quickly it fills. It's kind of tough to tell, isn't it, huh? Well, even if it's not terribly quick, the big magic of it is that it's automated. So now I don't have to stand here poking mobs to kill them, or poking mobs to generate life essence. All I have to do is, exist. I guess I should put a lever on that so I can turn it on or off. But besides that, now we have automated life essence generation, which means we have automated slate production, so long as I have a steady supply of living rock. Now, I don't quite have an endless supply of living rock right now. In fact, I have 0. That's a lot less than endless. But let's start working on that. So it's made, in the smeltery by just casting it. I have a cobblestone generator supplying the smeltery with cobblestone, but the problem is we're going to run out of lava. So next up, let's have a way just to keep this filled with lava, and I think the lava sigil is a good way to do it. You can basically just have an autonomous user consistently right-clicking the seer tank to fill it with lava. At least it's one way of many. Anyways, it looks like a pretty easy Hellfire Forge recipe. Click with the ashes, then with the lava reagent, and lastly the slate, and get a cute little circle this time. Raiding again. So the lava sigil just puts lava where you click. Would you look at that? However, if you click in a inventory that holds lava, it puts lava inside it. So if we just get a mechanical user, it can click it and put lava in. It does cost a little bit of essence. In fact, our essence network is full, so I guess it's tough to tell. But it uses a little bit of essence to do so, but we have a automated essence farm, so that's no big deal. Mechanical user makes a pretty annoying clicking sound every time it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to run with redstone, and I have a liquid monitor detecting when the tank is less than 50% full, and that'll cause it to put another bucket of lava in. I guess that'll also save me a little bit of life essence. So this is constantly casting seared stone, and I guess there's bricks too, but the bricks are harder to use because you have to chisel them to turn them into seared stone. But anyways, put these here, and this system will automatically turn it into living rock once I turn it on. Now that I have redstone conduits, I can fix a long-standing problem with this too, and that is that these two in the middle aren't actually running because they don't receive redstone signals ever. So I'll just replace all my redstone with conduit. Oh, how I love the Ender IO conduits. And voila, much better. Next up, let's upgrade our altar from tier 4 to tier 5. Not because I really need a tier 5 altar for any reason, but because it's very easy. I just have to replace these endstone bricks with, any rune. And I'll just do blanks for now, but the capstones for tier 5 are beacons, and, well, they're already in place. Tier 6 is much harder. Those need crystal cluster. These... which I guess, take a tier 5 altar and corrupted star metal, which is the end of this, which is our end goal in this era or tier, right? That's the final task. So, I have it crafting basic slates right now. Oops, I forgot to turn it on. But I have it crafting basic slates right now, and we'll upgrade our altar in just a second. Made 42 blank runes, so our currently tier 4 altar. Let's see, what's my hotkey for this? Range 13. And swap them out. Remember, blank runes have no effect other than just leveling up your altar. I have to actually be centered on this one. Yeah, there we go. So this doesn't actually make our altar any better, and apparently I'm 10 runes short. 13 times 4 is 52, not 42, huh? There we go. But they don't actually give you any effect like the sacrifice runes or speed runes do. So we definitely want to go back and upgrade it at some point. But anyways, now we have a tier 5 altar, we can make the tier 5 blood orb. I also realized I don't think we ever made the tier 4 blood orb. The master one, right? Basically, a higher tier blood orb lets you hold more life essence in your LP network, and it's used for certain crafting recipes. But we may as well go all the way up to this tier. 50 a tick. our pool only holds 30,000, and this takes 80,000. So it's possible that we need to add more capacity runes before we do this. However, the fact that the pool gradually fills while it's crafting, yeah, it doesn't look like it's filling fast enough, does it? We're gonna either need capacity runes or, well, let's let it drain and see what happens. If it reaches empty and it hasn't crafted yet, then it's making negative progress now. I can't see it without the other sigil, but alright, let's pull this out. And I guess I'll have to upgrade some of our runes right now. I'm not feeling so good. Let's... lever, please. Please. I don't know where the lever is. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna have to fill our life network again. What happened is right now our life essence network is empty, basically. So that ritual, instead of draining life essence out of our life network, it's making me dizzy and it might hurt me, and it's giving me I guess only nausea, but sometimes it gives other debuffs too. Anyways, putting our blood orb back in the altar fixes that. But because we only have a tier 3 blood orb, this thing caps out at 150,000, which apparently gets drained in like 10 minutes. So that's another reason we need the higher tier blood orbs. But anyways, I'm going to replace some of our runes, our blank runes, with sacrifice ones. I could replace them with capacity runes as well, but we'll be upgrading from the tier 1 capacity rune to the tier 2 capacity rune pretty soon. Basically, these are additive and these are multiplicative. So at somewhere around like 20-ish capacity runes, probably even less than that, the augmented capacity version takes over. And it takes a demonic slate, which is a tier 4 slate. Oh, it also, I guess, uses tier 1 runes. So I guess there's no reason not to make the tier 1 capacity rune. But whatever. I'm going to let this fill our life essence network. Good enough. At least enough that I'm not going to get, nauseous while crafting. So while our slates are crafting here, I also went and crafted a seer sigil, which is basically the upgraded version of the divination sigil. They both have the same right-click effect, like you see your life essence. However, the divination sigil, if you look in the upper left under the jetpack UI, only shows you the tier and the amount of blood in your altar. Whereas the seer sigil will show you like whether the altar is crafting. So that third number is the altar crafting progress. I think the fourth number is I think blood per tick usage, and that fifth number I'm not sure what it is. It also adds the numbers in your one probe tooltip, like right in the middle of the screen there. However, I think the consumption number shown is wrong. I think that's a number before speed runes are applied, whereas the number in the upper left-hand corner is right. So like the 15 is wrong, the 39 is right. In any event, that should be enough imbued slates. So let's make more capacity runes. Let's see, runes of capacity 4, 5, 6, 7, and swap. Alright, so now our altar should hold 60,000, 56,000, close enough. The crafting, I think, is... I don't remember the exact number, but 80,000. So it's still more than our altar can hold, but I think because the altar will be filling during the crafting process, we should be able to craft the blood orb. And I'll need more than one, right? I'll need one to put in the altar for filling my life essence, and then one for crafting, and who knows, maybe other things too. So anyways, put that there. We can watch its progress now. And as long as the second number maxes out before the first number reaches 0, we'll be fine. I think we're gonna make it. Almost there. I wonder, can I accelerate? Actually, even if I could accelerate it, I probably don't want to. Right? That'll just make me run out of... Well, yeah, we'll accelerate it once. Yeah, it definitely accelerates. But I can't really do it too much, because then I would just run out of, blood in my life essence. Or blood in the altar. Anyways, right-click to bind it to myself. When it fills up again, I'll put the next another star in. But now we have the Archmage's Blood Orb. This Blood Orb... When I put it in the altar, for one, it drains the altar faster. So before, when I was filling my life essence with the Magician's Blood Orb, the altar would be full and I would be wasting some blood. No longer the case. This also has a much higher cap. If I had to guess, maybe 10 million? Probably 10 million. So, we can now go multiple days without having to refill our life network. Alright, enough work on the blood altar for now. I'll just leave it be so I can fill my life essence network, because it'll be a while before it fills up to the 10-ish million it can hold. However, before we move on from blood magic altogether, there's one more thing I want to do, and that is use one of the rituals from blood magic to deal with all the pollution or flux I'm generating in Thaumcraft. So if I get my thermometer, we can see that there, hopefully right now, is not a tremendous amount of flux in the chunk. There isn't, because remember that I think this is a block that got destroyed with that one tiny little void rift spawned. Unfortunately, I put my two big flux generating things in different chunks, right? The furnace thing there and the crucible. Flux tends to spread from chunk to chunk, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, there is a blood magic ritual that could help remove the flux and turn it into something somewhat useful. So, what was that sound? Enderman, right? Anyways, so while Thaumcraft has like in-chunk resources like V and Flux, Blood magic also has something called Will, which is another in-chunk resource that I can't view yet, but at some point we'll be able to view it and we'll be able to use it. However, there exists a ritual called Ritual of Eldritch Will that will convert from Thaumcraft's Flux, which is useless, in fact it's actively bad, into Blood Magic's Will, which is actively good. So, these are blocking it. So let's set up that ritual and then start it up with our weak activation stone, not star. And we should pretty quickly observe that the flux in this chunk, in fact, you saw it drop already. If I hold shift, you can see the exact number in the upper left-hand corner. Really nothing good for me to contrast it against. But yeah, it's already down to 7, 2, 1, 0. This chunk is now completely devoid of flux. And the flux from this chunk will slowly drain over. It's kind of like, think of it kind of like water. It won't completely drain over, but this ritual should help prevent us from accidentally turning our base purple again, with any luck. Alright, so enough magic for now. This one quest is like multiple hours of work. I've looked into the will system before, but I've never done all the different types of will, so I'm going to put that off for later because I'm not feeling particularly smart today. Instead, we'll start working towards advanced rocketry in order to get to space. Ooh, fancy. Alright, so the first quest has us make the hollow projector, which lets us see the shape of these multi-blocks, and we need a cutting machine and all these things. Alright, looks like I have some crafting ahead of me. Let me pin these real quick. Alright, turns out this quest is also non-trivial. The hollow projector requires the plasma core. I'm sure there's more things in here that'll catch me off guard. Yikes. That's a recipe. Anyways, it requires a plasma core, which needs plasma. So I need a plasma fire. And I've already made UU matter, so that's good. And I guess an electrolyzer. Alright, I'll make the good version of that as well. I'm kind of at a loss again. So the plasma fire needs iridium stone, made from iridium plates, which is made from iridium ore. This historically has been something you make in with UU matter, but I don't see UU matter recipes for it. So I'm not quite sure how I make iridium. Right, I think I remember now. IC2 does the thing where it doesn't show you its recipes because that's what IC2 does. UU matter recipes are hidden in JEI for reasons way beyond me. So anyways, iridium ore. It's made from UU matter, which we have, over 1,000 of. Not bad. There we go. Now that I have iridium, I can make the iridium stone. Well, almost. Make the iridium stuff. Gosh darn it. Alright, I'm going to do a bunch of this nested crafting. The plasma fire is a EV machine, or a HV machine. Wait, it says HV, but I'm pretty the item name says block machine H. Hold on, I'm gonna place it down and find out. Yeah, it's 2048 volt. That's EV. Don't lie to me, game. So I made a EV emitter that, it's much like this, puts out 2048 EU per packet. Someone in the comments told me that glass fiber cables, despite what they say, 512 will actually happily transmit EV. We'll find out. I'm like 80% sure that wires fail non-explosively, like they melt instead of explode, but if it explodes, I'll be very, very sad. Anyways, so no explosions. Yeah, there we go. See, I told you. Wires, these glass fiber cables don't support EV. I've been lied to. Anyways, insulated HV cable is the EV cable. Don't let that fool you. And we have a plasma fire. So, how do I make this plasma? Made in a plasma fire with UU matter. Alright. Do I just throw this in there? And go? I mean, it's running. There's a fuel value. Oh, do I need a empty cell to fill? Alright. Maybe I should look this up. 1 second. Alright, I think I just wasn't being patient enough. It takes, according to the wiki, 50 seconds and 10 UU matter to make one cell. It's looking like it takes a lot more than 50 seconds though, so I'm not quite sure what's up with that. Are we supplying it? Yeah, we are supplying it the full 2048 EU a tick. Well, anyways, we are on UU matter number 9. So the next one, number 10, should fill a cell, and then I guess this is its like progress bar. Maybe it needs to consume one more. And then the empty cell will become a filled cell of plasma. I looked in the configs to see if like something in this pack had changed to make this slower, but that doesn't appear to be the case. So I don't know why this is taking so long. Oh, because I see it. At full energy input, that is at 10,000 EU per second, or per tick, it takes 50 seconds. But since we're only supplying it with 1/4 of that, it'll take, hey, look at that, our first plasma cell. It'll take, what, 50 times 5 almost? So, like 4 minutes. That was about the right amount of time. I could supply it with more power, with more EV emitters, but I think this is fine. We're going to be bottlenecked by our, UU matter production way more than our plasma fire output anyways. So, strange thing about the plasma fire, it doesn't seem to accept hopper input, at least not from the top. Maybe from the side? Okay. Oh, I guess it probably accepts empty cells from the side, or from the top. That makes sense. This chain of machines I need never ends. So an electrolyzer can turn dead magnets into charged magnets, but dead magnets need to be made with rare earth dust, which needs a rare earth extractor. I guess you supply it with a steady stream of cobblestone or similar. It seems like it does best with obsidian or soul sand. Well, let's just try it. So rare earth extractor. And I'll try cobblestone for now. Alright, there it goes. It's running. It seems like it's running pretty slow. It has no slots for overclockers. And it needs to do this process 320 times each, huh? I guess I'll just let it run. Maybe I'll hit it with my time in a bottle. Please don't explode. Please don't explode. It is running faster. Is it actually using more power? Yes, it is using, well, it's using more cobble than I can, I don't know. No, it doesn't appear to be using more power, or at the very least it's using power that I can provide. What is it, 50, 43 RF or EU a tick? Acceptable. Anyways, there's one piece of rare earth dust, and we need 4 per magnet, and I think it was 4 magnets for a cell. 16. All right, we're going to get there. Processing this with all cobblestone is going to take way too long. And because I'm kind of waiting for it right now, let's speed it up. I think it said soul sand was much better. Soul sand, yeah, it needs about 10 per instead of about 320, which is quite an upgrade. The fact that I don't quite have an infinite supply of soul sand means we're going to use cobblestone for like long-term operation. Is it not like soul sand? Have I been lied to? Does it not accept input in the top? Wait, but it was accepting input in the top before. What? Ah, got it. It just didn't like that I was trying to insert a stack at a time with the glowstone there. So I guess we'll only insert one at a time. If you insist, machine. Anyways, now speed up. Alright, good. Just a little bit of time, we got our 16 rare earth dust. Much better. Alright, the electrolyzer here is a pretty strange machine. At first I thought it was just a standard machine. You hook it up to your cable, it gets power. No, it apparently doesn't accept energy from cables. It only accepts it directly from energy storage devices like the MFE, but it doesn't have to connect to the output side of the MFE. So the MFE has like a dot right on the side that you can't see. It can accept power from any side of it. I don't understand this design. Anyways, you put your magnet in there, you wait the better part of forever, and by wait the better part of forever, I mean you hit it with your time in a bottle, and it still takes forever. Because IC2 is designed around waiting, because that's a fun mechanic. Anyways, it drains power from here pretty quickly by the looks of things, and creates your magnets for you. Woohoo! And with that, I think we have finally jumped through enough hoops to make a plasma core. These are used for a few things. Ooh, we can upgrade our wrench. That is one what the hell crafting recipe. Anyways, I don't really care for any of these. I just want to make my hollow projector. That needs a few other things. Yeah, lots more crafting. At last, the hollow projector. This doesn't even do anything. This is like the documentation for this mod. But it took 16 different machines to make. I hope this trend doesn't continue. Alright, anyways, these other machines, I think the hollow projector will even tell you about them. At least it'll tell you the shape of them. How does it work? There we go. So yeah, you need various blocks in addition to the actual machine. So like in the case of the cutting machine, you need a cutting machine, an input hatch, an output hatch, some type of power input, some type of the saw blade assembly, and some level of motor. And I think it's like the higher tier motor you have, the faster it runs. Anyways, the quest just asked for me to make one of each of these machines, so I'll start from that. I was able to make the first 4 of these machines: rolling machine, crystallizer, precision assembler, and cutting machine. So we can take those off the list, but to go any further, I need to basic circuits, which are made in the cutting machine. And I guess the precision assembler, no, you can do it without that. Alright, so let's, I guess, set up our cutting machine for starters. Let me find an area to put this, because these are a bunch of relatively large multi-blocks. I expect they'll take up a fair bit of space. Alright, let's just put it here next to our mechanism stuff. So when you right-click with the hollow projector, you can, it'll show you what blocks go where, and I want it positioned such that the power port is against the wire, obviously. Let's move it 1 block over. That looks good. Alright, so I still have to, I can put down U, but I still have to make, so let's see, 1 input, 1 output, a power, a blade, and a motor. Apparently having reasonably easy recipes is not a thing. The input hatch takes 2 more plasma cores. Is the output hatch going to be just as bad? Well, the power input's not bad. And the output hatch, 2 more plasma cores. Alright, let's check on the progress of our plasma fire. We made 6. Good thing we only need 5. Alright, and our rare earths. 51. 16 each. We're getting close. For the motor, let's see about jumping straight to the elite motor. Iridium, which is normally pretty difficult to get, our Corey here, the laser drill, produces it in pretty large amounts. So I have plenty of iridium. The only other thing that is the titanium, which I will be generating. I couldn't find any rutile ore from anything. I suspect it generates on the moon. So we will generate it, or we'll produce it using the alchemy version. With sapphires, I can melt them down in our, where is my alchemy thing? Dissolver. And they contain a little bit of titanium. And then I only need a couple ingots to make the motor, right? 16. Putting it all together, we have a cutting machine. So because I gave it the elite motor, we get 4 times speed. I don't know how you get power. Are there better saws? Saw blade assembly. Doesn't look like it. Alright, whatever. If we want to saw something, we put it in the input and we get the product in the output. So for these basic circuits, we have to saw a basic circuit plate, which I guess it's slightly cheaper to make in the, well, it's like 30,000 steps. So instead of spending 30,000 steps, I'm just going to spend 1 UU matter. Put that in the input. I assume you turn it on and then it does its thing. And you get basic circuits. So that should allow us to make the chemical reactor and the electrolyzer. Almost. And finally, an electrolyzer. So that should complete the quest. Oh, I guess the quest to make titanium comes next. Well, since that should only take 1 second, let's do it just to get it over with. But I think that'll be all we do today. Between episodes, I'll queue up a bunch of UU matter to be turned into plasma in the drawer that I apparently forgot to lock. So that we'll have plenty of plasma next episode to work with. And our rare earth machine will, somewhat slowly but passively produce more rare earth dust. And we can put that all to use tomorrow. Anyways, as for the titanium, man, I really should have had some semblance of organization here, huh? Wouldn't that be nice? I have tons of it. Turn it into dust. You get some easy quests and some more challenging ones. All right, 8 pieces of dust. Cool. Now, yeah, we have a lot of work ahead of us before we're ready to get into space, but that'll be for tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.